Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Music Lab podcast. My name is Dogg, and I'm so excited to be back with all of you for another episode of the podcast. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our social media pages. That helps us, and that helps the bands and artists that we feature. Also, check out our sponsor, RAR Outfitters. That's RAWR. Outfitters.com. Don't just wear, RAR. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of the year. It's December. I joke with my girlfriend, a December to remember, as they say. But for all of you who celebrate the holidays in this time of the year, for whatever reason, some of us, like myself, we get excited because we can reflect on the year that was in music. And so for 2025, let's dive into it, ladies and gentlemen, right? It was quite a year. I listened to, according to my Spotify Wrapped, 70 different albums. And like any other year, there were amazing albums, songs, tours, concerts, videos, festivals, and moments that will forever be timestamps in our lives. T Swift released another new album, and so did Bad Bunny. But only one of them is doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Bands like Geese, Turnstile, and Dijon became household names, and we got more acts to play at the Sphere in Las Vegas. The way we listen to music continues to evolve as TikTok and the streaming services fight for our attention, and vinyl sales continue on the upswing. But let's get down to it. I am proud to say that of our top 5 albums that I am about to present to you, I got to witness 3 of them in concert this year. 2 at the same festival, and a hometown show for the other band. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your top 5, my top 5 albums of 2025, and like with all of these top episodes, I have a Spotify and Apple Music playlist that I can post on this episode as well as in our socials for the episode. So check that out. There'll be 3 songs from each band or artist that I'll feature in this episode as well as, like I said, in the playlist. So, and then also I have 4 bands that I will mention for my honorable mention that just missed that top 5. So, of course, ladies first, ladies and gentlemen, our first album, top 5 album of 2025. It came in with 10 songs, 34 minutes. The album is called Last Missouri Exit, and the artist is Case Oats. The songs I'm featuring are Nora, Bitter Root Lake, and In a Bungalow. You know, 2025 was quite a year for Casey Gomez Walker, as she released her wonderful debut album. She signed with Merge Records. She got engaged to her drummer, Spencer Tweedy, and opened for Lucius and played Americana Fest this year, and we saw them at Paste Magazine's showcase. Clearly, this is an alt-country record, but there are moments of exploration musically and lyrically, as her creative writing background and poem writing certainly influenced her. Last Missouri Exit refers to the actual road sign Gomez Walker passes driving from her hometown in Missouri to her current home in Chicago, and a reminder to her, but more importantly, as we listen to this record, a reminder to us. Her big and bright personality permeates the entire record, and this Midwestern gal is gonna be a star. Our next album, ladies and gentlemen, comes in at only 7 songs, but is the longest album at 57 minutes. His name is Ryan Davis, and his band is called the Roadhouse Band. The album is called New Threats from the Soul, and one of the songs that I picked is that song as well, New Threats from the Soul. I also chose Monte Carlo No Limits and Mutilation Springs. A chameleon of musical styles, who sometimes sounds like Jason Isbell and Leonard Cohen, while conversationally singing about Spanish moss and beauty queens. I saw the review for this album on Pitchfork, and my curiosity piqued. And thank God it did, because this album, after so many listens, has musical moments and lyrics that are so thought-provoking that leaves you in wonderment. Definitely a headphones album, and as the lead singer in the band's state champion for 15 years, in 2019 he decided to focus on a solo career, and he put out the first record in 2023. And his talent is also shown in the album artwork for both records. And Mr. Davis, in an interview, said, "This, make music that you can spend time with, and it becomes more valuable to you the more you live with it." If you didn't catch the band on their European tour in August and September, or their US tour in October, November, and December, you can see them in the spring of 2026, and I'm hoping to as well. Our next album, ladies and gentlemen, album 3. My, oh my. It came in at 40 minutes with 13 songs, and with 2 special guests, Gigi Perez and a guy you might have heard of, Nathaniel Rateliff. The album is called Hope We Have Fun, and the band is called Mount Joy. The songs I chose were In the Middle, which featured Gigi, Groove in Gotham, and Highway Queen. You know, Matt Quinn and his band are proud of their Philadelphia roots, and their 4th studio album elevated the band to another level in 2025. So many great songs, and seeing them on night 1 of their Philly residency in September really solidified my already high opinion of this record. An indie rock band that continually writes pop songs that brim with emotion, great lyrics, and vocally and musically dynamic. Clearly established as a band, it is refreshing to see their creative hunger to evolve and grow, especially in songs like Coyote and Pink Lady, who I cannot believe are not in my top 3. Our next album, ladies and gentlemen, our 4th album of our top 5. 10 songs, 38 minutes. And the album is called So Long to the Dark Side. His name is Paul McDonald, and the songs I'm featuring are Dark Side, Unwind, and Higher Power. This gentleman was an American Idol alum, and Huntsville, Alabama is where all this came to be. And this all around nice guy is from, and who tragically lost his mom and grandmother this year, but now lives in Nashville. And him and the Morning Doves put a record out in the middle of July that truly was a scorcher. I could have chose 7 of the 10 songs for my top 3 with heartfelt lyrics, fantastic musicianship, and a vibe the Black Crowes would appreciate shines through. The album was recorded live, and you feel it throughout with the production credit to Bobby Holland, as it took Paul over 5 years to accumulate the songs that would be chosen for this special record. And we got to see Paul at Americana Fest at his One Big Love Festival. And you might hear some more about that in a future episode. So our last episode, or our last album, ladies and gentlemen, of our top 5 albums of 2025. This album had 12 songs. It's at 39 minutes, and it's called Heat of July. The songs are Adeline, Saving Grace, and Roughnecks. And the band, ladies and gentlemen, is Briscoe. 24-year-old Philip and Truett of Austin, Texas, wrote their second album mostly on the road, opening for Noah Kahan and Dave Matthews Band. And it's a true delight to the ears. The boys' marriages and true stories also were big influences on their 1970s California country, which is light and breezy with unique voices and beautiful harmonies. And unfortunately, we miss seeing them at Americana Fest. But they did get to play Austin City Limits this year, a hometown fest gig, and expect big things from this band in 2026, who, if you see them live, tour as a 4-piece with a saxophonist. And let's be honest, anyone that has a song named like my oldest daughter is good in my book. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our top 5 albums. Case Oats, Last Missouri Exit, Ryan Davis and the Roadhouse Band, New Threats from the Soul, Mount Joy, Hope We Have Fun, Paul McDonald, So Long to the Dark Side, and Briscoe, Heat of July. And like I said, I would be remiss to not mention our honorable mention albums. We've got 4 of them for you. Drumming Bird and his album Roadkill Poetry. My Morning Jacket's album Is. Wet Legs' album Moisturizer. And Jeff Tweedy from Wilco, his triple album Twilight Override. So make sure you support these artists and bands any way you can. Buy their merch, buy their albums, go see them when they come to a town near you. And ladies and gentlemen, like always, I've been Dogg. You've been great. This is the Music Lab Podcast.